What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be talking a little bit about order blocks and how to actually chart them out. I'm also going to be giving you guys some free sauce on your best order blocks and the most precise order blocks, ones that can kind of suit you better, okay? Now, there's going to be a lot of information in this video, so I expect all of you to be writing this down, okay? This is sauce I'd be giving out to my mentorship students. I will not be giving this out to YouTube for free. But since I'm the GOAT, that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's get into it. I have this text written down right here, alright? It's a lot of text. I expect you guys to write this down, to be honest. If you don't, whatever, I don't really care. You're lost. Order blocks, how to find your order blocks, and how to get the right ones. Step one is identify the liquidity sweep. All right. So I almost fumbled the bag, bro. I almost did not just put this. Does that work? I don't know if that works. All right, I'll probably works. All right. Let me make this a little bit bigger. All right. So step one, identify the liquidity sweep. All right. So we're going to put this right here, and we're going to draw this out. So let's say we're in an uptrend, all right? Uptrend, bang, higher highs. All right, bang, all right? Pick a structure, retrace, all right. Bang, all right? Identify the liquidity sweep. So let's say we just swept liquidity right here, all right? We had highs right before this, and we just swept it out, all right? So bang, that's our liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep. All right. Look for price taking our previous high or low. In this case, we're in an uptrend. We just took out previous highs. Identify the break of structure. This is a low right here. What happened? We closed below the low. After the sweep, price must break opposite side structure. A bullish order block, liquidity sweep of the lows, break of structure upwards. A bearish order block would be a liquidity sweep of the highs and a break of structure downwards. So this example right here, okay? This example right here. This right here. All right, just so you guys know what we're looking at. Step three, find the move before the break of structure. All right, so the move before the break of structure would be this right here. The move is the order block. So this right here would be your order block, okay? Let me erase some things because it's getting kind of hectic. All right. So what are we looking at right now? We got our liquidity sweep up here, okay? We got a break of structure down here. All right, so this is our BOS, break of structure. The move right before the break of structure. This move right here is your order block. The bullish order block is the last down move candle, the last bearish candle before the break of structure. A bearish order block would be the last move up, the last bullish candle before a break of structure. In this case, this would be a bearish order block. So mark the order block, mark the price range of the last opposing move before the break of structure. On a higher time frame, the order block may be multiple candles. Wait for price to retrace back into the order block, right here. So our order block is this zone right here, from this high to this, from this low to this high. Okay. What happened? Price came back up into the order block. On a higher time frame, it might be multiple candles, but I'm gonna teach you guys how to mark the most precise candle. Price will eventually pull back into the order block because that's where orders are previously filled. This is where institutions reload positions. Scale down for position, optional but recommended. Once price taps your order block zone, drop down to a lower time frame and look for a mini liquidity sweep, a mini break of structure in your direction, fair value gaps, a clean entry trigger, and this gives you a tighter stop. All right, let's erase that, and let's get back into the fucking charts, all right? Look. So, 1 hour, okay? We look on the 1 hour, and boom. I can already see we had a, technically this is an order block. It would be this candle right here, but price didn't really respect it. So we'll keep moving. On the 1 hour, I don't like using 1 hour order blocks just because I'd rather use actual, market analysis, lows and highs. Like once you get a grasp of where these lows and highs are, what markets are doing, the breakup structure, order blocks are kind of not super important. It is important, all right, for entries, but for actual technical analysis and understanding where the market's trying to go for liquidity, it's not going to be your main confluence. Let's go on the 1 minute. All right. Because right here, there's an order block. All right. So what happened here? Price moved lower. Okay. We had a liquidity sweep right here and a tiny liquidity sweep right here. All right. You see how this wick kind of just went below the previous wick? This would be your order block. So let's bring the text back. Identify the liquidity sweep. So we got a liquidity sweep right here. Okay. Sub liquidity here. We got a little mini sweep right here. Identify the breakup structure. Price came up. We got a breakup structure up here. Closure above these highs. After the sweep, price must break opposing side structure. Exactly what we just did. Break structure. So this would be a bullish order block. All right. From this low to this high. Either you could do the wick high, wick low, or literally you could also do the previous candle before the order block. It doesn't really matter as long as you have a grasp of understanding of what these order blocks actually are. Now, find the move before the breakup structure. So this is the move before the breakup structure, okay? This move down here. Now, do I want to be marking this entire thing out? No. I like being precise, so I'm just going to mark out the bullish candle before the breakup structure. This would also, I'm not gonna, anyways. So what happened? We made the order block, we got our liquidity sweep, price came up, and we broke structure up here. This would be your breakup structure. What happened after that? Price came down and tapped the order block. But what did it also tap? We had a fair value gap. This is also two fair value gaps lined up, so it's even better. But what I want you guys to understand, if you're on a 1 minute or the 5 minute or the 15 minute, whatever time frame you're on, make sure your confluences all line up. On this 1 minute chart, I can see how this order block is stacked with a fair value gap. And there's also a liquidity sweep right under us. There's also a breakup structure above us. Let's say there's SMT right here. All right, this is an example of an A++ setup. Why? Because we are already, if we go on the 15 minute, we can see how we were already super bullish coming into the day. All right, and our area of entry lines up with a 15 minute fair value gap. So our entry point lines up with a higher time frame PD array. Now, if we look above us, we have low resistance liquidity above us. What does this mean? There is stacked highs and stacked lows above us. So this is all LR, low resistance liquidity. Write that down. Now, what are we targeting and where are we entering? We are entering at the top of the order block, and we are targeting the slow resistance liquidity or even higher. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Now, a spot where you'd go break even could be these highs. All right. Why? Because these highs are, it's a 15-minute fair value gap. It's the start of a 15-minute fair value gap. What do we expect when these this fair value gap gets met? We're expecting a rebalance lower, maybe. All right. So the most optimal area to go break even in this case would be these highs, internal highs, because that's how price moves. And this is an example of an A++ setup. So literally write all of this down, guys. Take a picture, because this is the most A+ setup that you can get in this market condition. We are very bullish today. We were very bullish, and this right here is your most optimal setup. Okay. Now let me go down to 9:30 open. What happened 9:30 open? This looks fucking terrible. Yo, for anyone who traded this, bro, actually you could have just waited, to be honest, and caught this move. But let's see. Another order block would be. I don't like that. I don't like that either. See, this is a lot of chop. You know, I like seeing my order blocks fully lined up, because once you start entering off of chop, that's when it kind of gets fucked. See, like, the thing with order blocks, me and order blocks don't have good so look, let's look to our left. All right, never mind. Fucking nothing to our left. This technically got respected, but let's say there's a liquidity sweep right here. Okay, swap liquidity. What happened? We came down, got a break of structure lower. All right, got a closure beneath these lows. Okay, this would be the order block. What happened? Price came, tapped that order block one more time, and went lower. The reason I don't like this too much is because I don't know if it lines up with any PD arrays. No, it doesn't. All right. So there's no 5-minute, there's no 15-minute. It doesn't line up with shit. So that's why I wouldn't really take this. Okay. Now this would have still worked. This would have still banged out. You could have banged break structure right here, entered off of the fair value gap tap, targeting opposite liquidity down here. That would have been a winning trade. All right. Something like this. Stops at the high. So there are two trades you could be taking off these order blocks. Now, the most important thing, all right, guys, the most important thing. I just showed you guys this all on the 1 minute. Every single rule that I just taught you guys, all aligns with multiple time frames. All right, you could use this on the 5-minute, 15-minute, 1 hour. It doesn't matter, just as long as your time frames all align. If you're bullish on the 5-minute, you can't be bearish on the 1 minute. That's not how it works. So make sure all your time frames are aligned. Make sure your order blocks are aligned with another confluence. Make sure we have SMT at the lows before you're entering along. Make sure you have bearish SMT at the highs before you enter a short. Make sure your fair value gaps stack up with the order block. See, all of these are getting stacked. All right, make sure everything is stacked. I just showed you guys one strategy right there. If you guys were actually listening, that was one strategy that you could be using for the rest of your life, and you'll be profitable. And I promise you. Why? Because this is the most technical this will get. All right, this is the most technical and the most simple it can get. Now, yes, there is more simple strategies like PB strategy. He literally enters off of a MEC model or enters off of fair value gaps and targets opposing liquidity off of 3 confluences alone. Easy. This is, every strategy, guys, works. It just depends on who you are. It depends if you have good risk management. Okay. The shit is simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Make sure you stick to your rules. All right? I haven't traded in 2-3 days. I didn't take that trade at all today, okay? I could have taken this easy as fuck. But guess what? I didn't wake up, okay? Shame on me. You can flame me in the comments, but shit. I wish I woke up, but fuck it. There's always another day. You don't have to trade every day, guys. All right, that's just the point I'm trying to make. You don't have to trade every day. And I'm completely fine with seeing these trades and missing out on these trades. But it's important because if you do miss out on that day, make sure you go back on that day and look for anything that you could have taken. Make sure you know what you could have taken on that day so you can always take it tomorrow. If you didn't take it today, you can always take it tomorrow. With that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. This was an information-packed video in the span of 15 minutes. You will not get any more information than this and anywhere than any other. You won't get any more information than this fully packed into a 16-minute video anywhere else on YouTube, okay? So make sure you drop a like, subscribe, comment. That's all I'm asking for. You don't have to buy my course. I don't really care because I'm giving you guys free sauce. But yeah, have an amazing rest of your week. Don't blow your accounts. Don't over leverage. Don't over trade. And I'll see you guys next time.